Okay, sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone. Hello, Game Boys and Game Girls. I'm the Game Boy Guru, and welcome to my first live stream, Mark 2, since OBS crashed and I had audio issues the first time. So for those that don't know me, I'm the Game Boy Guru. Those in real life know me as Josh, but my online personality, of course, is the Game Boy Guru. I run a YouTube channel and a blog where I do reviews of Game Boy games, and if you're not following me over there, or if you're not watching me on YouTube, I would suggest checking that out. There'll be a link scrolling at the bottom while I'm playing here in just a moment that'll show you how to get to my YouTube channel. I'm on Twitter at Game Boy Guru, and also I have a Facebook page for Game Boy Guru as well, so you can check that out. I wanted to, introduce myself and let you guys know what I'm doing here. I'm kicking off 2019 by live streaming, and this is something that I hope to start doing on a regular basis. And I've got a tradition that I've been doing for several years where I start the year by, on the first of the year, I play an indie game. So the first year that I did this, I played Shovel Knight, and my goal is to play the game all day and see how far I can get. Now, the first time I did it, like I said, I played Shovel Knight. I was able to beat the game that first day. The second year, I played Freedom Planet, and it's a long and challenging game, so I didn't finish it up that first day. It took me a few days to finally clear that. The third year, I played Axiom Verge, and really enjoyed that game. Of course, that's a big game with a lot of backtracking, so I wasn't able to finish it on the first day. It did take me, I would say, about a half a month to get through that, I think, or now maybe about 3 or 4 days, now that I think of it. I'd have to go back and look at my tweets. I kind of live tweeted the experience, but really good game, highly recommended. If you at all are interested in the kind of Metroid or Metroidvania formula. Last year, January 1st, 2018, I did not get to do my tradition because, for those of you who may not know, I had accepted a new position, I was starting a new job, and so my house was basically packed up. None of my consoles or TVs were out or hooked up. Everything was all packed away. So I didn't get to do any gaming probably until about the middle of January, when I finally kind of started to get my new place in order. And so, anyway, I wanted to bring back the tradition and start again this year. The Messenger is the game I'm playing today. It's something I've been following the progress of on YouTube or on Twitter for quite some time, and have been excited to see this game get released. And now I'm finally going to play it for the first time on live stream, and so you'll probably get to watch me die a lot while I figure out the game mechanics and just kind of learn how this all works. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with The Messenger. And just so you know, I've got my dogs here with me. That's Bluebell there. And I've got Peaches in here too. And so you'll probably be seeing them from time to time vying for my attention. You'll have to let me know if you can hear the audio or not. I'll have to turn it down on the TV so I can still hear it, but it doesn't come through the mic. Yes, how's the audio? And like to say, first of all, hey to D McG, to Herb Beta Patch, fellow RF Gen guy, awesome YouTube channel, does PS2 reviews. Definitely go check him out if you haven't. And also, hey, Not Another Game Collector, another YouTuber. Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining in for the stream. So this game is heavily inspired by Ninja Gaiden. And in fact, I want to say there was an interview or something like that I was reading here not too long ago, where the people who created the Messenger actually got to talk to the creators of Ninja Gaiden, and the creators of Ninja Gaiden played the Messenger. and gave him some, feedback on it, which was really cool. Oh, hey, Noopwell. Another fellow RFGen member. Thanks for stopping in and watching the stream, guys. So let's check out the options menu. Maybe I'll get a... Here we go, controls. Now I can see... Alright, so A is rope dart or confirm. B is jump. Y is attack. And X is shuriken. Okay. ZR is lightfoot tabby, whatever that means. Map is L. Pause and inventory. Okay, I think I can handle that. Like I said, you'll probably be seeing me die a lot while I figure out this game and its mechanics. I know that there are some pretty cool stuff here as far as like switching back and forth between an 8-bit aesthetic and a 16-bit aesthetic and different things like that. So we'll have to see how this goes. Just get my name input here. I don't quite have enough characters to do the whole thing, so I'll just do that. I'll do GameBoy Gru. No staying up late, girls! GameBoy Gru. Alright. So far, I really like the aesthetic and the pixel art in the game. Another day and still no sign of this so-called Western hero. Already the music here, the way it sounds and the compositional depth reminds me of Shovel Knight, which is a good thing. The Shovel Knight soundtrack is amazing. I actually have the vinyl version of that. And that's one of those that I could listen to all day. Jake Kaufman is a genius as far as I'm concerned. Ooh. Huh. So it looks like maybe our character here is so attack. Nice slightly Strider-esque sword slash deal. Ooh, can I attack the dummy? I can. Oh, a row of ninjas. Oh, here we go. So this is like the tutorial stage. A cloud step technique. Jump, hit, jump. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you gotta jump. And then slash the... Whoop. That's a technique that you have to master. Jump, slash, okay. So jump, slash. Oof. Yeah. You're going to see this a lot. Okay. There we go. I just have to press the buttons a little faster to get that down. Ha ha ha. Uh-oh. Looks like maybe you won't be rotting in the village anymore. Uh-oh. You are not ready. No, probably not, but I gotta try. Ooh. That is a big, ugly, four-headed dragon. Not so fast, big boy. Pathetic. Prepare to die. Gotta love the cheesy dialogue and everything. Good stuff. Ooh. Look at that. I'm so glad that retro style games are back in vogue. Hey, welcome Sahad Azim. No, this is not a Game Boy game. I mentioned earlier my tradition of starting off the new year by playing a new indie game, or new to me, for the first time and seeing how far I can get. So that's what I'm doing here with The Messenger. And the first 3 years I played indie games on the Wii U, and last year I didn't get to do it because I was moving. Now this year I'm on the Switch, and again I'm using the 8-bit do SF30 gamepad. D-pad is definitely better than that of the early Pro controller because I was an early adopter of that, and I love it for analog-based games, and you know, Breath of the Wild I played a ton of on this controller, but for more retro stuff and for shmups and things like that, definitely going to be using this, and for all the Switch Online NES games as well. Okay, I have a task of the utmost importance for you. Take this scroll and carry it across the island. You need to reach the Glacial Peak summit where 3 sages will be waiting for you. Aha! Head for the village gate now. Alrighty then. Godspeed, messenger. You got the scroll! Alright. So, now I get to die a lot while I figure out the game's mechanics. Oof. Yeah, this is going to be rough. Oh, that's kind of a cool transition. Nighttime. Audio, how's the audio, everybody? I think somebody said it was good, but I want to make sure it's actually coming across, that you can hear the game, but then you can also hear me, and it's not conflicting. I tried to set the levels nice beforehand. Cool. Thanks, guys. Alright, well. Whoa. My first hit. Wow. This guy's pretty bad dude. He can blow through bricks with, whoop. I guess I can't deflect those fireballs Castlevania style, so I'll have to watch for that. Welcome, General Jack D. Ripper. Oh, you can't see me, huh? Well, not sure why. I've got the webcam rocking. Is everybody else able to see me? Well, go ahead and turn the game audio down just a little bit then. Just a little bit. Okay. Wonder why the webcam's not coming across on Twitch. I'll double check Twitch on my phone here and see. Make sure that it's actually coming across here. Woo! Boom! I think this is like a shop. Whoop. Ah, the messenger! Alright, thanks guys for letting me know. Oh, I'm hoping he's a bad enough dude to rescue the president, but I'm guessing there's no president in this world. What is this place? This is the shop! Yeah, I was right. Doesn't look like a shop. Oh, of course not. Huh. This is pretty funny, actually, how the game is a little bit self-referential and time shards. Okay, so that's what those little flame-looking deals were that I'm picking up. Oh yeah, adding to your wish list, herb beta patch. Yeah, this is. I mean, I'm only 2 minutes into the game, but already it controls nice, and it feels good. So, press against walls while airborne to stick to them. Okay, cool. So let's try an upgrade and see what we have here. So energy shuriken, 49 out of 50. We've got. Oh, that must mean I need 50 deals to upgrade. That one's probably 200. 250. Strike of the Ninja. I wonder why it's not coming across on Twitch. For some reason, it's not pulling up on my phone either. So I'm not sure what's going on. I'll have to look into that. My initial test stream worked the other day, but for some reason this is not going. OBS crashed the first time I did this, and so it's possible that when I reestablish the stream that Twitch did something funky. So attack enemy projectiles. Oh, nice. Okay. That is an upgrade that I want. So I'm definitely going to buy that. Because that will allow me to... that will allow me to... oh, wait. So should I leave out this door? Please don't touch the cabinet. Okay, then. Guess I'll have to go back out this way. Oh, look at that. Oh. Alright. Sod, I'm using Restream.io. I set up the services with that, so then I stream to Restream, and then Restream restreams that to YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. So that's how I'm doing it. So I don't know if Restream is doing something funky, or what's going on with that. That's possible. Woo. All right. Ooh, can I, Whoa. That's much better. The ability to fend off those projectiles. Oh, yeah. Way better. Wow. Well, I can tell I'm going to struggle with this because it's a... Whoa! Oh, that was bogus. Woo! Much better. Oh, look at this. Oh, I see. Alright, so let's see. I wonder if I should try to go up here. Nope. Oops. That was lame. Of me. Whoa. Thanks, Herb Beta Patch, for the link. I'll have to take a look at that and see if there's a way to get Twitch working properly. Oh, my first death. Oh, a new customer. Oh boy. I almost died just there. Uh-oh. But how? My name's Quirble. Had I any skills? Touche. Have a magic ring that allows me to control space and time. Alright. So I don't get too far into this without... let me take a look at the Discord and see if... oh, no. Content not available. That's... Okay, so that was what you were getting. Error code 5000. Video section. Restrict access to video quality. Oh, okay. Let me do that real quick. While this is setting, I'll go ahead and see if I can make that change to get the Twitch working. So if you guys can hang on for just a couple minutes, I'm gonna see if I can get Twitch working. Okay, let's see if that is better. Twitch users, can you hear and see me? And is everything coming in? Or I guess if anybody's on Twitch. No, error code 5000. I went to the... I went to the settings. And it's not exactly like it is in the Reddit. But I did change the setting from normal latency to low latency to try and fix that. I wonder where I can go to change my bit rate to make sure that it's 5000. Yeah, I'm seeing that on my dashboard too, Sod. I'm not sure why the error code 5000 is on there. Let me look at the settings again. Oh, here we go. Channel and videos. Nope, that's just for... I'm not seeing the video settings here where they said they were. Oops, that's not what I want. I want the dashboard. Oh, OBS to change the bitrate. Thank you for that tip. Let me just go in here and look at that. Stream. Restream. Output. Video bitrate. How about that? It says 10,000. I'm going to change that to 5,000. See if that makes a difference. Dashboard. Still shows error code 5000. Well, that's not cool. 2400. Okay, I can do that. I'm going to be getting fiber internet actually on Friday. So hopefully that will make a difference, but I mean, I've got a decent internet connection now. Still shows error code 5000. I wonder what's going on with that. Yeah, still not working. Huh. Well, I wonder what the deal is. Should I try software encoding? Because right now it's set to hardware. Got the audio bitrate set at 160. I shouldn't need to be any higher than that. Software encoding is X264. Just for grins, I'm going to switch to that and see if that makes a difference. Oh, that's true. YouTube probably wouldn't also work. Huh. Well, I wonder what's going on. Looks like it's broadcasting to Twitch. Twitch configuration in Restream. That could be. Yeah. I may need to take a look at that. Look at my dashboard real quick. This is online warning. Your bitrate is too high. Okay, so let me change my settings. Edit settings. Well, no, that's... Stream key. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. Streaming monitor, bitrate. So let me go back to my Twitch settings here, edit settings. Oh, but that only wants me to auto-detect the server. Twitch. Yeah, the bitrate is showing up as almost 10,000. Probably because I had it set that high already. So I'm wondering if maybe I don't really want to stop the stream and redo it, but I may have to if I want to get Twitch going. Oh, well, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that around lunchtime. I'm just gonna keep going for a little bit, and then maybe I'll actually exit out of OBS and relaunch the stream. You know, around lunch or whatever, and then I can get that going. So I'll deal with that in a little while. In the meantime, I actually want to play this game. So I'm going to switch back over to my setup here. Alright. Still feel agonizing pain. Okay. But I don't have to do that in real life. Oh my. So basically he's going to take a bunch of my shards, my time shards. Well, you are a greedy booger, aren't you? There we go. Okay. Now I'm back to at least earning my whoops, my deals again. Oh yeah, I can't go up there. I'll have to go the long way. So I'm going to have to be very, very careful about how I approach this game. A little bit more methodically. And try not to take nearly as many hits. Whoop! Love that sound effect when they die. That's pretty cool. Whoop! So this already reminds me of that must be a checkpoint. This already reminds me of Shovel Knight in a lot of ways. Well, Shovel Knight because of the soundtrack, but it also reminds me of Axiom Verge because of that mechanic with the underwater with the when you die or what have you, being brought back to life. Axiom Verge is a lot like that with the different chambers, and so that's pretty cool. That's a neat touch there where it's ooh, what were those? Was that time shards or something different? That was like a blue crystal thing. Yeah, where the music is muted underwater. It's the same thing in what was it that I played a couple years ago on New Year's Eve, not New Year's Day. I was trying to play through and finish as much as I could Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, and that was and that had that same kind of cool mechanic where when you're underwater, the music changes and sounds muffled like that, where it's different underwater. That's just such a cool mechanic. I love it when devs pay attention to detail like that and do really, really nice little details and touches like that. It shows a certain nice. It shows a certain love of the craft and appreciation for the medium. Ooh, there's a checkpoint, and is this the shop again? Yeah. So I got 122. So now I can do this energy shuriken thing. Nice. Alright. Devil's Due. Ah, yes. Oh, 400? Whoa. It'll be a little bit before I'll be able to afford that. Let's see here. That needs 80, and that needs 200. What about this? This is concealed arm guards make you more resistant. Oh, HP +1. Definitely want to have that. Oh, that's what those diamonds are. Okay. Cool. Karuta plates. Alright. So let's go with that and see see what that looks like. Ooh, are those indestructible birds? It's an obstacle, not an enemy. Yeah, so far this game looks and feels really, really good. Whoops. Whoop. Ayya. I love the way when he runs, it reminds me of Ryu Hayabusa in Ninja Gaiden. Whoops. And also a little bit of Shadow of the Ninja by Natsume. Whoops. Boy, that was a terrible jump. It's been a little while since I've played that, but it really reminds me of that. Or Ninja Gaiden Shadow on the Game Boy, to go specifically with a Game Boy reference. More of those, whoops, diamonds. You bugger. You gonna die. Here we go. Oh, that was bad timing. Ooh, I wonder, can I attack through here? I can, look at that. Love it when a plan comes together. Oh! Did not time that very well. So have any of you guys played this game yet? Because so far, this is, I'm digging this. That's pretty cool. Whoops. I want to use this platform's momentum so I can... Oh, yeah, more damage? That's possible. Yeah, I think you're right, because those other guys were... That guy took 4 hits to take down the last time. Or, you know, at the start of the game, those enemies were taking 4 sword slashes to take down, and now they're taking less, like 3. So, good observation. Oh, that was dumb. Woo! Makes you feel awesome when you do maneuvers like that, but sadly, my my skill level, sometimes I feel like I'm not nearly as good at these kinds of things as I ought to be. As many years as I've been playing these types of games, I feel like I should be better at them than I am, and I get frustrated quickly, but that's just I think most of us go through that when we play these games sometimes. Although people who are super skilled probably don't have nearly as much. Ooh, here's a Shovel Knight detail. A bit of a secret passageway here. Whoa! Almost fell off of the platform there. And what is this? Ah, check that out. This big green badge coin thing. Ah. Ha ha ha. Yes, I'm wandering off the beaten path. Oh, jumping after hitting an enemy. I need to do that. Yes. I need to try that because that was one of the skills that a power seal. Okay, hidden rooms, yep. Overpowered upgrade, cool. Yeah, so I absolutely should try jumping after hitting an enemy, you're right. Oh, that was dumb. Well, at least I respawn right there. Oh, wow. Well, you'll be taking my dough for a little bit. Alright, so let's see what I get here. Oh! Man, I need to learn a little control. Control, you must learn control. I gotta get a little bit less crazy on the stick here and learn a little bit more control over the mechanics. That jump/jump mechanic I know is going to become crucial later in the game because I've seen video and I also while the game was in development, I saw the developers on Twitter posted many a GIF with those mechanics highlighted. Whoa, that was dumb. Whoops. Oh, good grief. Well, I can tell this is going to be a very challenging game. Oh, so the green pots must be health. Whoa. And of course enemies respawn when you go off screen, which is always do the jumps after hitting a projectile? That's a good question, Herb. I don't know. Yeah, Spectre Knight is a good reference point. It does kind of have that little vibe. And you know what? I haven't played through Spectre Knight yet. I should have, but I haven't. I really need to go back and play through the rest of the Shovel Knight campaigns. Because actually I was looking at footage from King of Cards, and it looked like it was really good. And Spectre Knight looks awesome too. I just, like I say, I haven't got around to it yet. Whoops. Oh, I did it again. There we go. Oh, yeah, okay. There we go. Health upgrade. Woo! Quick quest. No, Sod, I have not. What is that on? Mysterious chest. Uh-huh. So I have what, 114? Oh yeah, press B while being knocked back to do an air recovery jump. Ooh! Yeah, that sounds good. So help mitigate knockback. Which would have been a complete lifesaver in Ninja Gaiden. This is probably my first boss encounter. Boss or sub-boss. Oh, look at that guy. Whoa! Well, I'm not going to... that's how you damage him. Whoa! Oh! Snap. Oi! Good grief. Yeah, I'm gonna struggle. I'm gonna struggle. That's okay. This game is pretty well constructed, it seems. Ah! He jumps back when... Oh, gotta watch for that. Alright, jump, and jump. Boom! Look at that. Oh, projectile attack. Good call. I keep forgetting I have that. Ah, yes. Oh, that uses the diamonds. Okay, so I got to be careful with that. That's got to be a Quick Quest is for PC. I'm assuming that's on Steam. For some reason, I haven't heard of that one. Alright. Another checkpoint. Oh, wait a minute. Except, I only have 34 deals. I keep dying, so I don't have enough to go and... Yeah, I figured that was going to be it. Whoops. Ah! Oh! So this is legit. Catacombs. Oh, are you friend or foe? Friend, I would assume. A phobican. Necro. Huh. Well, alrighty then. Ah, yes. So, doing a... Whoops. Doing a... Whoa. Daggum. This is... Doing a dash off the enemy was legit. That worked. Or the jump, I should say. I don't think these projectiles are... Oh, that works! Okay, so I can... Oh, that is cool! Nice. So that's a... Oh, look at that. A nice source of shards. Google Quick Quest Nameless PC. Okay, cool. Thanks for the tip, Saad. That's, whoa. I'll have to check that one out. Oh. Man. I should have seen that one coming. And of course... Oh, good grief. Wow. I am struggling. Dang. This is going to be tough. Extra jump is stored as long as you're airborne and don't hit something. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, what is it? The law of energy conservation or something like that. Well, hey, no one can. Oh yeah, look at that. I can literally just press jump and slash at the same time and keep jumping off that candelabra. Good tip. So that'll actually be a good a good tip for when I have to do multiple jumps. Being able to possibly just hit jump and slash at the same time to execute those a little bit more cleanly. Well, unless they're spaced out like that, then I probably won't be able to do that quite in the same way. Yes, a better challenge boss that can only fight in the air. That is very possible. Whoa. Forgot about the respawning enemies there for a second. Right, not going to get fooled by that dude again. Ooh, another secret area here. Nice. Jump and slash to an additional key. Oh, mapping it? I don't know. I don't know if you can or not. Ooh, who is this guy? Ooh. It didn't say anything about remapping buttons. Yeah, the blue shards. I noticed that when I fired the first oh, that was dumb. When I fired the first shuriken, I noticed that it decremented the blue diamond things up at the top. Oh man, I need to find another checkpoint that's a little further along, so I don't have to keep redoing this spot. At least the game controls really well. I mean, couldn't really ask for much more in the way of precise and you know, spot on control. It really is very... Whoops. Oh, man. I'm telling you. You're killing me, Smalls. This is, for someone who never completed either Ninja Gaiden game, this is definitely a bit of a tall order, but this is pretty awesome so far. So I'm just gonna try and stick it out and see if I can muddle through as best as I can. Of course, I gotta go up here. I guess this is one strategy, is, you know, well, not really. I mean, I'm just... Oh, there you go. Once I get the extra, or once I given him enough shards, then I can collect those handful up there. There we go. Boom. $19.93. Wow, that's a long time to own a game like that and not beat it. I sympathize because, of course, I haven't put in the kind of time to Ninja Gaiden or Ninja Gaiden 2 that I should have, because I've, you know, I didn't own an NES as a kid. I've told this story on my YouTube channel before, but my parents, when I was a kid, they wouldn't let me have a games console because we only had one TV in the house, and they told me, and rightfully so, that if they bought an NES or something like that, that I would monopolize the TV, and they were absolutely right. I remember one summer where I where I borrowed my uncle's Atari 2600. Oh, snap. And that dominated that summer for quite a while. But when the family bought a second TV, of course I had my Game Boy at that time because that was the only system I could get, and so my my parents, in their wisdom, told me that if I wanted a console, since they were buying a new TV, my brother and I could pool our money together and buy their old TV from them, helping me learn the value of money. But then also, we'd had to buy our own console. And so by that point, I had played Sonic the Hedgehog at a school friend's house and was totally blown away by it. And so even though all my friends had NES consoles, I decided I had to have Sonic the Hedgehog, so I went for the Genesis. 200. Enemies will sometimes drop a globe that restores a one-key charge. Okay, that'd be... So then sometimes enemies hopefully will be dropping life pickups. That would be handy. So yeah, I owned a Sega Genesis then from, what, 1990 on? Or no, 1992 I guess it was. Oh yeah. Yeah, so I was a Sega Genesis kid for a little bit. First X-Men game. I've heard that's incredibly difficult. I've never had occasion to play it myself. I have it. I picked up a complete in-box copy a couple of years ago while I was out game hunting, but I haven't played it yet. Oh, that was... Oh! I picked up a complete in-box copy a couple of years ago while I was out game hunting with a friend. We were out just hanging out that day, and oh man, I got to get better at this. And so there was a game store that isn't there anymore, but we oh nice, full health. And anyway, we we went to the game store, and I saw that there, and I think they only wanted like $7 or $8 for it, and it was complete with the poster. It wasn't in spectacular shape. I want to say that either the box or the manual is pretty beat up. But overall, it was in reasonably good shape. The poster was in, I think, pretty good condition. I'd have to pull it out again and look. It's been a little while since I looked at it. But, yeah, that was one of those that I was kind of stoked to find. Because, you know, especially with the poster, sometimes you don't find that stuff in the wild as nice or as clean. Oh! Scary! Huh. Oh, yeah. Nice. Okay. Ooh. Hey, welcome, Pondering Ghost. Cool to see you here, bud. Yeah, the television monopolization thing was a big deal. Certainly for me, I had to work around it. But having my own TV and, like I said, kind of learning the value of money and all of that, it really helped with then later, you know, budgeting for games and stuff like that, because then it was like I really had to want a game to spend the money on it. So, oh, I didn't make it in time. Oh, Turbo Graphics. I wanted a Turbo Graphics. I remember seeing them in Video Games and Computer Entertainment magazine, and then hearing about it, and there was at least one kid in school who had one, because his parents spoiled him, and anyway, he was actually a school friend or acquaintance of my younger brother, and anyway, we I never got the chance to play one until I was an adult, but I did finally buy one probably about almost a decade and a half ago. And I don't own that many games for it yet, but I have... Oh, snap. Ooh, that was rough. But I do own a handful of games for it. In fact, I just bought a couple here within the last month and a half or so. I bought... couple of shmups. I got I got Dragon Spirit a 3 months ago, and then I most recently bought Aero Blasters and what is it? Psychosis. It's called Paranoia in Japan. Really weird, almost psychedelic kind of shoot 'em up. One of those games I remember reading reviews of and thinking, oh, this looks awesome, and so anyway, kind of looking forward to giving that one a try at some point. I've messed with it in emulation, but it'll be fun to actually play it on real hardware. Pondering Ghost wants to know, how many kids do I know that had a 3DO at launch? You know what? By the time the 3DO launched, most of the people I knew from school were out of gaming. I was one of the few in my age group who actually still gamed, so I was kind of seen as a bit of a nerd. Oh, I didn't notice that before. Look at that. It looks like he's got an oxygen tank on his back in the water. That's why you probably don't need air. Don't need to go up for air as in the game. That's a nice little detail too. But I don't think I've ever met anyone who owned a 3DO either at launch or during its life cycle. In fact, other than a few people online who I am acquaintances with, I'm not sure I know anyone else IRL, so to speak, who owns a 3DO. Yeah, they're just not very common. It's not a bad system. I own one. I picked one up. Oh gosh, it's been almost 20 years now since I bought my 3DO. Ooh. I only own a handful of games for it. The last game that I bought was 3 years ago, I think. I got lucky and stumbled across a complete in-box copy of what is it? Way of the Ninja or Way of the Warrior or something like that. It's one of the lame Mortal Kombat clones that came out during that time, and it was a really decent copy of the game for you know, for its time, or for the time that I found it. And so I was really happy with the condition of it and how that, you know, kind of turned out. But yeah, that was the last one that I found. Hey, not another game collector, what's up? And so other than that, I mean, I've got the packing game, the kind of 3D. Whoops, I missed that one, didn't I? Rats. I've got the packing game, and then I've got a disc-only copy of what's it called? Oops. Disc-only copy of Dragon's Lair. And then I also have PO'd, which is actually a pretty decent first-person shooter. Oh, that goes through there, doesn't it? Of course it does. So I've got to avoid that. Yeah, PO'd. It's a decent, interesting first-person shooter. You're the cook on a spaceship, and the spaceship gets infested by aliens, and you sort of wake up one day and you're the only one in the ship. And so you're you start out with your only weapon being a frying pan, and you have to run around bashing aliens with a frying pan. And it's hilarious because some of the first enemies that you come in contact with look like, literally with they just look like, oops, they look like butts running around on legs, and I'm not even joking, that just sort of fart at you, and that's their attack. It's stupid and amusing and hilarious. But yeah, they fart at you, and it's like this green cloud that comes out, and it's pretty amusing. But eventually, as you play through the game, you get guns and different weapons, and it's kind of cool. It's very Doom-esque, but you know, with the whole farting butt alien things, it's definitely got a sense of humor and doesn't take itself too seriously. I never got very far in it. I probably should check and see if the battery for my 3DO memory unit is actually still got any charge. Probably needs a new CR2032 or whatever it is in my 3DO. Yeah, walking butts, exactly. It's bizarre, but it's pretty amusing. Like I said, whoa, just about bit it there. Oh, that was cool. I gotta learn to be a little bit better at, oh! Messed up that timing. Oh, heck yeah! Whoa. Whoa! My skills are not yet complete. I need to remember that I have the projectile weapon and use that more frequently. Life restoration. Beautiful. And there goes the sirens. Something's going on in the neighborhood. Let's see what 182 units will buy me. That's going to be a little ways away. 125 underwater dash. Press Y while swimming to boost forward. That might be useful. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get that. Video Game Lover 58. Hey, man, welcome to the stream. This, since you weren't here earlier, I'll just let you know I'm kind of following my yearly tradition of spending January 1st playing through an indie game to see how far I can get. And this is The Messenger on Nintendo Switch. Everyone will soon fear the mighty Ruxpin. Sounds like Ruxpin, like Teddy Ruxpin. Huh. This is funny. Huh. I love when games like this have a sense of humor. The mighty might of Ruxpin the Great. Okay. Whoa! Ah, yes. Dashing under the platform. A wonderful trope. Oh, snap! Oh. Ow! Love that. Okay, so this is a pretty cool boss so far. Teddy Ruxpin, these kids don't know about that, Guru. Some of them probably do. Teddy Ruxpin, for those that don't know, was a big deal in the 80s. It was a talking toy that you could buy cassette tapes and it could tell you stories and talk to you and stuff. It was probably mostly for either parents that didn't want to engage their kids or parents that, you know, wanted to be educational. But some of it might have been parents who didn't want to educate their kids. Or didn't want to engage their kids. Ow! Ow, 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 ow! Wish there was a way to tell how much life or how many hit points they had. Haha! Whoa! Yeah, who are you calling kids? I suspect that a good percentage of you are close in age to me. Oh, that's a good strategy. Use the projectile to knock him off of his platform there. But if I can get to him in time to actually do some hit points. There we go. Yeah, buddy. You know, I never had a Teddy Ruxpin Pondering Ghost. I wanted one, but that was one of those things that my parents never bought. They didn't spoil my brother and I, which is probably a good thing. Because we were entitled enough as children. So yeah, but I bet it would be interesting to see, you know, just a regular music tape into Teddy Ruxpin. In fact, you know, I was thinking of something like throw Metallica or something like that into a Teddy Ruxpin would probably be hilarious. Just watching it trying to keep up or confused about what to do, and yeah, that would be funny. This does not seem like a very good villain. He does not know what he's doing. Yeah, Teddy Ruxpin sings Black Sabbath. There you go. Uh, that would be great. Somebody. So now what somebody needs to do is use one of those audio car adapters and see if they can make that work with Teddy Ruxpin, and then plug in a an iPod or an iPhone or an older iPhone that has the headphone jack, or I guess you could use the lightning adapter, but you know, and do something like, I don't know, dubstep in Teddy Ruxpin and watch him freak out. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna touch that one. Let's see. Well, you're not a very good villain there, Bucko. Oh well, better for me. Oh, it'll eat non-Ruxpin tapes, really. I could see that. I mean, I could see them manufacturing it in such a way to prevent you from doing that, or to discourage you from trying to use non-official tapes. Oh, did not get a very good jump off of that. Um, but yeah, you're gonna be. There we go. That's what I should have done the first time. Whoops. I'm gonna have to be careful when I do these streams while I'm playing shmups. I'm not gonna be able to watch the screen as much because those require so much concentration. And no, I never had a speak and spell. That's another one of those things that I never had. Once again, you know, my parents didn't. They weren't about spoiling me, so I was not a spoiled child. Let's see here. I've got 80. That's probably not going to buy me anything. Unepic? I've heard of that, but I'm not sure. I haven't played it. This is Devolver Digital, I want to say. Well, Devolver Digital published it, but I don't think they're the ones who developed it. That's a good idea, Sod. Splitting time between playing and responding. Yeah, I'm not like Sir Flash and have someone here who can read the chat to me. So I'll just have to, you know, little snippets between levels, or yeah, pausing and that. I'll have to find a way to mitigate that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to earn a lot more shards and stop dying, so that I can actually progress here. Whoa! Ah, that was lame. Ooh, running against the current. Oh, nice. Well, that's got a big arc on it. Now that tells me I can go up. Ah. Whoa. Oh, good grief. Oh, it's like Medusa heads. The scourge of the gaming world. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's a cool concept. Deals that go up and allow you to continue to rise with them. That's pretty sweet. Oh! Make your shmup streams chill and don't expect to play at an expert level. That's true. Yeah, pretty much that would have to be my my way to do it, because yeah, there's just no way to guarantee that you're going to play well even on a stream like this. I mean, I'm certainly not playing all that well today. Oh, that's all right though. I'm having fun. I'm glad you guys are here chatting with me. You know, this is a lot more engaging and interactive than I thought. I didn't realize that there'd be this many people. Oh, there'd be this many people. Oh, bats and bubbles are the scourge of the gaming world. Now, are you talking bubbles where? Because I would agree with you if they're bubbles in Gradius 3 or in the Gradius series in general, because bubbles in the Gradius series are a major scourge. As far as other games, I'm not sure. I would have to get some perspective on that, I guess. But bats, yes, bats are terrible in most games, and certainly in the Ninja Gaiden games, where this game obviously takes heavy inspiration from. So yeah, this is pretty sweet. I gotta say, this is a pretty kicking game here. Ah, finally. Oh, Super C. I forgot about that. I haven't played Super C in forever. In fact, I don't know. I don't think any of my friends had Super C. I remember them renting it once or twice, but none of them owned it. A couple of them owned the original Contra, and we played that pretty frequently. But that was dumb. Oh, Bubbles in Zelda 2. That's another one that I haven't played very much of. One of my friends had that, and I didn't really play it that much. the Zelda games, I've mentioned this before, the Zelda games were something that I never really got into as a kid. Like I said, since I didn't own the NES, a couple of my friends had Legend of Zelda, but we never played that because it wasn't co-op, and it wasn't one of those things that you can just pick up and play. You know, you pretty much had to sit down and concentrate on it. And so it was one of those things that you really had to be specific about. So I only lightly dabbled in the original Legend of Zelda until, gosh, it's been like 3 years now. RF Generation did a community playthrough on the original Zelda, and dadgum. And oh, rats. They did a playthrough on the original Legend of Zelda. And I played through it for the first time, all the way through on the initial quest. I didn't do the Master Quest. That would have been brutal. But I did play through the initial game and really enjoyed it. And then I went back the following January and finally played through Link's Awakening. Did that review for the blog, and really liked that. And then, of course, as my tweets will have testified, last year I played and absolutely loved Breath of the Wild. And yeah, I played through that game twice last year in rapid succession, and just adored that game. I didn't wait for the DLC to play through it the second time. Survival Suitors, thank you for joining the stream. Wants to know what console this is on. This is on the Switch. I don't know if it's on other platforms or not, but I'm playing on the Switch. And very Ninja Gaiden-esque, as you can see. There we go. Finally passed that section. But yeah, so actually one of the things I'm thinking about doing this year is streaming streaming a full playthrough of Breath of the Wild on Master Mode, because like I said, I didn't wait for the DLC to play through it a second time, and so I did not play Master Mode. Oh, I need to go back and get those dudes and grab these shards. So I kind of want to play Master Mode. Oh, that was worth doing for the life alone. I really want to play Master Mode and and get through it. And so I'd be curious to know what you guys think about me. Whoa! Oh, not cool, bro. Oh, daggone. You are a tricky... you know, what would you guys think about me doing a blind, not blind, but, you know, first playthrough of Master Mode on... Oh, whoops. Oh! About doing a full playthrough of Master Mode on stream. Because that could be pretty fun. Oh, man. This is a lot to redo from dying. You just have to die less. Motivate me to get good, so to speak. So this guy doesn't take all my shards. Whoops. That was poor timing. Double Dragon and Gauntlet. Oh, yes. I remember this. I don't know if this will be an interesting story or not, but I remember co-oping through a decent portion of Gauntlet. I think Gauntlet 2 it was, on PC. I worked for a farmer one summer, and I was like 14, so it was my first job. But it was a very wet summer, and so we hardly ever had to go out and do any irrigating because it rained almost all summer. And so what we ended up doing is I ended up doing odd jobs around his house most of that summer, painting his bathroom and cleaning out the gutters on his house and stuff like that. But sometimes after we ate lunch, he would have me go down into the basement with him where the family computer was at, and we would play computer games. And the local bulletin board for the high school that was run by the ag instructor or whatever, he had games on there that you could download. And one of those that we downloaded at that time was a PC port of Gauntlet 2. And somehow we were able to figure out dual keyboard controls on that. And we played through as much of it as we could manage, you know, with two guys and a keyboard. Dang, you are a tricky fella. I don't know that I want to actually take you out. I think I'm just going to skip you. But yeah, Gauntlet 2 on PC. So that was an interesting one to try and co-op. Yeah, so that was an interesting experience. I won't say that it played spectacular, but for the time, and especially since he had, I want to say he had the ad-lib sound card, not the Sound Blaster, but the early ad-lib card, and so it sounded, you know, half decent on his computer. Had the you know, the da-na-na-da, da-na-na-na-na, the title screen music, and it was really cool. It was a neat experience. Serendipity bodies. Enemies will sometimes restore a drop. Yes, 1 hit point, please. Give me extra hit points, enemies. As much as you can. I need all the help I can get. As if it wasn't obvious watching me play. Oh, that was... Wow, that was dumb. Well, I'm going to be in debt to you for a little while. Oh, that doesn't work too well, does it? Not the best strategy ever. Ooh, so... Whoa. That was crazy. Oh, the weak point is that little heart thing in the middle. Any early PC games you played that left you impressed? Yeah, I mean a few. One of the games that I don't think anyone has ever managed to replicate the approach or you know, make it seem like it's kind of the same thing is an old DOS game called Flightmare. and I guess you could call it a shmup, but it was such a unique setup. Because the control scheme was very unique. It's hard to explain, but the premise of it was that you were essentially this plane that you controlled, and you would fly through this. You would fly through this. Whoops! Oh, that's. You would fly through this kind of overworld area, and encounter these other planes, or other either planes or like trucks and different things like that. And when you encounter one, then you would go from the overhead view to a side-scrolling view, and you would be in a side-scrolling level that would then you would control, and you would have to take out various enemies. The hook with that game was you didn't just control in a 2D space. It used an interesting method to where you would see a view of your... I gotta pause and talk about this for a second. You would see a view of your plane on two planes of view. So you would see an overhead view that would scroll, where you would scroll essentially left and right, but it looked like up and down on the screen, and then back and forth. And then the other plane would be a full kind of side view 2D. So you would line up with enemies. You would be flying over a roadway, for example, and there'd be trucks and other vehicles on the roadway you'd have to destroy, and then planes in the air. So you would have to navigate this space on these two different planes, simulating a 3D space, where you would move the plane left and right, and then up and down on the side view space, and then left and right on the overhead space, in order to avoid enemy bullets, line up with planes so you could shoot them, and then line up with trucks on the roadway so that you could shoot them. But then also, you know, when you're flying low for certain goals or certain missions, you know, so as not to run into any trucks and things like that. It was a really impressive game. I don't remember how I did it or how I accomplished it, but I almost beat the game. It had zones. Each one of the zones or levels was based on a Greek letter of the alphabet. And so, you know, alpha, beta, gamma, and all of that. It's been so long I don't remember the alphabet, but I got through quite a bit of the game. But it's called Flightmare. It was a DOS game. I think it was only CGA graphics. Excuse me. And it used the white, cyan, magenta, and black four-color scheme for the game. But it was very impressive for its time. The other early PC game that really impressed me was King's Quest. I actually owned the... I actually owned the IBM PC Junior version of that. In fact, I still have my family's old IBM PC Junior sitting around in the house that I, at some point, need to eventually try and get hooked back up so I can use it. And I would love to stream PC Junior games and show those off, because I would imagine most people have never even touched or seen an IBM PC Junior, let alone played any of the games. And oh yeah, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Great game. I remember playing a ton of that in school. That was one of those games, along with Oregon Trail, that most of us probably got a chance to play in school because it was an excuse to play video games and still be educational in nature. But that was an awesome game, actually. It was lots of fun. So definitely worth playing. I would say even today, because it's just a neat experience. Woo! But yeah, the original King's Quest was actually developed for the PC Junior, believe it or not, and then ported to other platforms because the whoops! Oh, that's right. You got the platform here I can take up. But the PC Junior version has additional music and sound effects that the other PC versions don't have, because the PC Junior actually had its own not sound chip, but yeah, I guess you could say that a 4-channel sound chip. I think it was 4-channel, or maybe it was 3. It was like 2 channels and then a noise channel or something like that. Anyway, it was very impressive, and we did not have the IBM PC Junior specific monitor. We had just a standard CGA monitor, and so it ran in a IBM PC Junior specific graphics mode that could display 16 colors on screen if you had the PC Junior monitor, or the PC Junior has composite video out and mono RCA audio. So my younger brother and I used to beg my dad to hook up the Junior on to the family TV on weekends periodically, and then we would sit and play King's Quest and some of the other DOS-based PC games we had. And then the PC Junior had a specific trivia game that we would play that was a lot of fun. And of course, my younger brother and I, a lot of the questions were way before our time. So some of the history stuff we had no way of knowing, no context for, etc. But it was still fun, and it was one of the few times that my parents ever did anything even remotely video game related. I mean, my dad used to play Tetris on the family computer, or he would play Mahjong and Shanghai and stuff like that. But or Ishido. My dad liked Ishido, The Way of Stones. That was another PC game that got a lot of play in our house. Oh, whoops. I missed that, didn't I? Oh, this is like a... So I wonder how you... how you can utilize that to rush up. Huh. I wonder if that's a skill that I can buy. Probably not now, because I don't have any money, but... or I don't have enough shards. No way I can make the jump. Command & Conquer and Warcraft 2, yeah. You know, I never played Command & Conquer, Pondering Ghost, but I put a lot of time into Warcraft 2. A lot of time. And then I played Warcraft 3 briefly, but I moved on to Diablo, because at that time, by the time Diablo came out, I was working, and I was working at a telemarketing place, and I got into their IT department, and one of the guys there had a copy of Diablo. And so, of course, like good IT guys that we were, we installed it everywhere. And a bunch of us used to LAN play over lunch breaks and stuff. And that was a lot of fun. We played a lot of Diablo at lunch. And then when Diablo 2 came out, I played that a ton. And once the expansion came out and I started to be able to play it online, I would dial up via modem and play with friends. And we would use a voice chat deal to chat and do raids and stuff together. And then when I got DSL, it was even worse. So, what about you guys? What other old PC games did you guys play? Or, you know, early PC gaming? Ah. Yes, okay. So I got the wingsuit. So I can use that air thing there. Ah, nice. So that'll be a cool feature. So I just have to get better at moving the character around. That's pretty cool. This is getting awesome, guys. This game is whoa. This game is pretty much straight up awesome. Woo! Just missing the spikes. Oh, snap. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, I wanted to be a console guy, like I said, but my parents wouldn't let me have one. I did play a ton of console games at friends' houses, though, because almost all my friends had NES consoles. So most of the NES gaming experience that I have from childhood is just because so many of my friends had NES consoles, and we used to play through a lot of those games together. You know, I'd go over to the houses and we'd play, and I played through Double Dragon and gosh, Contra, Gyrus, all sorts of awesome games at friends' houses. You know, the original Batman on NES was a favorite. One of my friends had that. Whoops. And so that was another one of those that we played a lot. Whoa. What were some of your guys' favorite console games growing up? For me, I have a soft spot for Super Mario Brothers 2 because my best friend growing up had it and we played it. I used to play it a ton. That was one of those games that I would go over to his house on a Friday night for a sleepover because he lived in the next town over. And so we'd ride the bus from school over to and you know, over to his town, and we would try to stay up all night playing video games together, and of course that usually didn't happen. Generally speaking, by 1 or 2 in the morning he was asleep. I was the one who was still awake playing video games, mostly because I didn't have the NES or any of those games at my house, so of course I wanted to squeeze every second of enjoyment I could out of it. And so after he fell asleep at 1 or 2 in the morning, I was the one who was up playing Super Mario Brothers 2 until all hours of the morning. But yeah, that was so I have a soft spot for that game. And then some friends. Super Mario Brothers 3, of course, was awesome, and my friend who bought that, he bought that, or his parents bought it for him the year, or the summer, the summer between 6th and 7th grade for us. And so, we spent pretty much that entire summer devouring that game. And we played, gosh, I want to say, ooh. Oh, that was rough. We played, I think we had all the secrets, we found all 3 warp whistles, etc. So, it was definitely that was definitely one that we played a ton of. Whoa. A lot of Contra, a lot of Double Dragon. My next door neighbor had he had a 2600 and an NES, and so we played a lot of 2600 games. And it, it never really, I never really felt like it was super inferior to the NES. I know that probably sounds weird or whatever, but I always thought the 2600 was great. I mean, the games were simpler, but we had tons of fun with them. Pondering Ghost says, Splatterhouse, oh yeah. That was a game that I wanted. That was one of the games that, of course, made me think that the TurboGrafx 16 was going to be amazing. I still don't have that one, unfortunately. That's one of the TurboGrafx games I haven't managed to grab yet. Probably just because I haven't seen it in the wild. I don't necessarily need to find that in the wild because you can buy it online, but, that's just one of those things. That's one that I need to pick up at some point. Let's see, what's another one? You also said Zelda, of course. Life Force. Oh, that's a good game. I just picked up a complete in-box copy of that here a few weeks ago. Final Fantasy VI. Okay, nice. I was not an RPG guy growing up. I did not get into RPGs until much later. It wasn't until Lunar the Silver Star remake on PlayStation and Final Fantasy VII that I really got into RPGs really at all. So is there anything else? Oh, that dash is pretty cool. Fazanadu, Pondering says, I knew somebody who had a copy of Fazanadu, a friend of mine. Either he had it or he rented it at one point. No, it was my cousin. I have a second cousin who had a copy of Fazanadu, and I remember playing it on a time when we came up to visit my aunt and uncle. It didn't resonate with me at the time, but I was really just into pretty much action games. That's really all I was interested in. I didn't have time for RPGs. Although, I say that, and of course I loved King's Quest, but that was a much different animal. Oh, man. I am struggling here. That was a much different animal. Because it was more of just an adventure game. So for me, it was just like figuring out the puzzles and all of that stuff. Blaster Master. I think only one of my friends had that, and it was such a... Oops, I guess I can't go that way. Ah! It was such a long game that never got very far in it. Oh, I wonder if that's one of those areas that I would be able to go to later if I had another ability or something. But yeah. But yeah, Blaster Master is a cool game. That's one. That was one of my contenders actually for this deal. I was thinking about trying Blaster Master Zero, but I elected to do this instead because, like I said, I'd been following the progress of this game on Twitter for so long that I felt like if I didn't go back and play this one after, you know, liking and retweeting so much, that I probably, you know, would feel weird about it. So, exposed to Neo Geo very early to set the bar pretty high. Oh, wow. So what, did you like play actual AES? Was that, did you actually have the ability to play the AES? Because that's amazing, if that's the case. That would be insane to be able to say that you were there for the AES at that time. Wow. I remember the first time that I played Cyberlip. Oh man, that was bad. First time I played Cyberlip in the arcade, and that was one of the earliest Neo Geo titles. I knew it was like Contra, but of course the graphics were just insane compared to what I had seen before with the NES and even the arcade. Because I remember playing Super Contra in the arcade on a family vacation to Branson one year. It was oh man. Woo, full health. And I was not impressed with it. And I know that the arcade versions of Contra play different than the NES version. And they, I don't know, it just kind of felt sluggish and unresponsive to me in comparison, because the controls and the movement on the NES version of Contra are so tight that it's hard to compare and a little bit hard to go back to the arcade version when you're so used to playing the NES. But Cyberlip really impressed me when I played it. I was totally blown away by it. Yeah, I did not know what to make of that, other than this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life, and I have no idea how they're doing this. You know, basically I didn't understand that the hardware was that much more powerful. And of course it compared favorably to other arcade games, but I knew, because I had seen in magazines that they could replicate this in the home market. And so Cyberlip blew me away, like I said, when I first played it. It was just quite a revelation. You knew... Okay, so Pondering knew a guy who owned an AES. Wow. You got... had some pretty rich friends or something. That kind of reminded me of the guy that I knew that had the Sega Genesis in school. He was like the one kid who had the Genesis. That was how I learned about Sonic the Hedgehog. That's where I first played Genesis at all. Altered Beast, Last Battle, and even as much as that game is lousy, it was still impressive and kind of fun for its time. You know, I mean, we look back at it now and oops, and laugh, but at the time it was still very impressive. The huge sprites and animation and all that. Oh, you jerk. And so, you know, it was still quite the experience. So, Mystic Defender, man, I love that game. One of my favorite Genesis, early Genesis games, for sure. Wow, yeah, Pondering, you definitely were very lucky if you got to play somebody's AES. I mean, that's just... very, very, very cool. He wasn't rich, he just blew all his allowance and job money. He worked for it. Oh, that's cool. So I mean, that's kind of cool that it was, you know, somebody who actually, like, paid for it themselves and it wasn't just some rich kid, you know, working off of mommy and daddy kind of a thing. Sacrifice a little health to get a little back. Whoa. Yeah, I blew most of my allowance on video games when I finally had the ability to do so. You know, I probably bought a dozen or so Game Boy games by the time I was, you know, toward the end of my Game Boy library before I traded that in for the Genesis. You know, I probably... Uh-oh. Did I just trap myself? Nope. I think I can destroy these. I was going to say, I really wanted this health pickup. And then with my... Oh! Studio Mud Prince, welcome to the stream. Hey, how's it going? Is that Sarah or is that Day? And thank you. I thought that would be a nice touch with the Game Boy, since that's kind of my my thing. So yeah, I mentioned earlier, but I'll say it again. I'm playing through. This is the Messenger on Switch, and I've got a tradition where I take on the first day of the year, and I try to play through as much as I can of an indie game. I started doing this back in I want to say it was 2014 or something like that. I played through all of oh geez, now I'm like totally having a brain fart. I played through all of hey Sarah, I played through all of not Siri. Geez, what's wrong with my memory right now? I played through all of Shovel Knight, and then the next year on the 1st, I played through a whole bunch of Freedom Planet, and I didn't beat the game that day because it's long and challenging. The year after that, I played Axiom Verge and got through some of that. That took me a few days. Last year, I didn't get to do anything because I was moving for my new job and into a new place, so all my consoles and everything were packed up. But today I'm bringing that tradition back, and I'm doing the messenger. I'm going to see how far I can get in this game today. I'm not confident that I'm going to beat it, but I'm hoping that I'll at least be able to get a decent way through the game. Yeah, Siri being dumb. Tidying the studio up and organizing the shelves. Nice. Oh, snap. Oh, okay, so I gotta... Whoa. Aye! Well, that boss is gonna be, difficult. Yeah, I think it's a fun tradition. It was cool the first time because, like I said, I was able to basically play through and beat Shovel Knight in less than a day. I think I started at something like 10 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was when I got up. And then I got far enough, or it was probably like 8 o'clock at night or something like that, when I finally got rats. When I finally got to where I had beat the game. Oh man, I'm not good at this boss. Just have to keep learning. But yeah, Shovel Knight is such a great game. And I was saying earlier, I need to go back and play through the DLC campaigns, the Plague Knight and the other stuff, because I haven't done it yet. And I know they're free to download. I would assume that they're still available free on the Wii U. Because I actually own the physical version of that. And so, hopefully that's still a thing where I could... So then how do you get out of there without losing life? I don't quite understand that. So, I'm not sure how that works. Because you hit the center orb and try to dodge or destroy the projectiles that come at you. But then when you finally get up to the top and you start hitting the open mouth, whoa! Thanks a lot, dude. I'm already down to half of my life. Ah, so you basically just have to, whoops. Just move faster. Oh, dude! You are a dirty, dirty dog. Woo! Oh! Tricky! Yeah. Hit the face a few times and dip out. Yes, Axiom Verge. I love Axiom Verge. When I played through it initially, it was on the Wii U. It was the digital download. I was hoping for a physical version. And then some while later, they announced a physical version. And then eventually that got canceled in lieu of the Switch version. And so when the Multiverse edition of Axiom Verge came out, and I saw a copy of it at Best Buy, I picked it up immediately. Now, I didn't need the... Oh, you jerk. I didn't need the soundtrack CD, because I technically already had the soundtrack on... I had the vinyl release of the soundtrack already, because I liked the music that much. But man, that game is so awesome. And I played through it again on Switch when I bought the Multiverse Edition. Oh, it's so good. Woo! Nerve-wracking. Not sure I'm going to have enough energy to survive here. You're going to go 1, 2... There we go. Oh! I was close that time, I think, though. At least I got the strategy down. This is the nice thing about this kind of game, is you can keep going and going and going. With a shmup, once you get 2 or 3 levels in, and you die, you know, yeah, you can credit feed and that, but not... But then, of course, you lose your points, and, you know, you don't have the same sense of progression. Yes, there is a vinyl version of the soundtrack, and it is amazing. And if you are a vinyl collector and into the game and you like the soundtrack, then yeah, you should absolutely be looking that up. Oops. Oh, man. That was bad timing. Yeah, it is fantastic. Man, I'm just burning life here. Really, really good stuff. That is weird how it like pulls you toward it when you're hitting the deal. Oh, those energy balls are brutal. Oh, and then I do that. I get greedy, and then I need to try and pace myself a little bit. But I have a hard time avoiding those green energy balls he shoots out when you're hitting that core area. Alright, let's see what I can do. Oof! Woo! Okay. Let's see if I can avoid... There we go. A little better. Better timing. Bam! All right. Oh, snap! I gotta go the other way, don't I? Oh! Barely made that one. Woo! Making me go the other way. Oh, I think I'm getting close. He's flashing. Oh! Get over there! Oh, cheap. Oh, you are cheap. Oof. Oh, yes. Heck yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, so I can collect these, Oh, that's a cool, Ah! Get away! Oh, no! Oh, he has a second form. Oh, man, now I gotta do that all over again. Wow. Well, I've got the timing down on this part. Hopefully I can pull it off and still maintain good HP. Yeah, the old flashing. Wow. Not my best move. Whoops. Try not to get too greedy and take too many hits. But I want to try and wear him down as quickly as possible. Oh! See, that's what I got. I got to try and stop and not be so greedy. Oh, whoops. Doggone it. Man, that was not good. Woo! Close. Oops. Oh! Contra 3 missile-to-missile action. Yeah! It's been a while since I played Contra 3. That's another one that I still need to get a physical copy of for Super NES. Because I never scored one back when they were reasonably cheap. They're probably not super expensive because it's very common, but still. I'm a cheapskate. Gotta be better with the timing. Ah, dude. Stop being so cheap. All right. 1, 2, move. Ooh. Now to the left. Colors look a little darker on the, whoops, on the stream side. And maybe that's just my other monitor. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. To look into that at some point. Bitrate I'm streaming at. I think I'm doing 1080-60, but the bitrate is. I think it got set initially too high, and so whoops, and so it didn't stream right on. It like stopped on Twitch. And so I need to fix that. Oh, right as I was walking away. So when I break here, I probably should break here in a little bit. Maybe once I beat this boss, I'll take a break and I'll stop the stream and then come back. I bumped the bitrate down Because I think the Twitch thing said to set it at 5,000. And so I'll set OBS at 5,000. I'll try that and reinitiate the stream and see if I can get that to work. See if we can make that fly and make Twitch happier. Because Twitch was not happy the first time. How's it look on your end there, Sarah? Does it look decent? Whoa, that's tricky. Alright, thanks for joining the stream, Pondering. I appreciate you coming by and checking it out. Oof. And hope you had fun. Whoa. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for the auto hosting. I really appreciate that. I'll have to do the same for you to make sure that that I get that set up, because now that I'm finally actually streaming, I'm gonna have to do that. There's a couple of other channels I want to auto host as well, but yeah, yours I definitely want to auto host. Because you need more exposure. And I don't know how frequently I'm going to be streaming, but I'm going to try and, you know, do it a couple nights a week if I can. If not, you know, 3 nights a week or whatever. And that probably will include at least one time during the weekend. Most likely. Probably Sundays. Whoops. Probably Sunday nights, just because... Whoops. Man. Struggling with that timing there still. Because a lot of times my nephews and niece, when they have stuff, like my niece's dance recitals, or my one nephew with some of his school activities, a lot of times it's on the weekends or Sundays or whatever, so... Ah, man, I am not doing well. Yeah, part of the reason, whoops, part of the reason I'm able to stream at this bit rate is because I have a decent internet connection. I'm on a cable internet right now. I've got fiber internet going in on Friday morning. And that's going to be 300 by 300. So I should be able to have very clean streaming, because it'll be a dedicated connection. I won't be sharing with cable or anything like that. Yeah, I was looking forward to the stream last night, but when it didn't happen, you know, it was disappointing, but I understand, you know. And it was a good episode, by the way. I commented. I think I was the first one to comment, actually, because I watched it right away when I saw it pop up on the feed. Like I said, I've got a couple of family members with Switches that I might have to try and convince to play Rival Mega Gun with me. And see if we can do that, because it looks like a fun game. And that might be actually a fun one to stream if I can get somebody to play with. tried to get fiber, couldn't install it for whatever reason. 10 up and 100 down though. Yeah. So I mean that's essentially what I've got right now is 100 down, 10 up, with my cable connection. But it's a fairly dense neighborhood as far as the connections are concerned because the I live in the university neighborhood basically. And so there's a ton of college kids here. Yes! Finally took the boss down. And so there's a lot of people here probably in the area that have fiber. But I know my neighbors upstairs have fiber, and my neighbors next door just got it. And so, like, thanks for destroying my golem. You're welcome. But yeah, a bunch of the people in the neighborhood have started to get fiber, and so probably the cable connection has improved somewhat since then. But yeah, Friday morning, my fiber's coming in, and I'm looking forward to that because it's going to be super fast. Hopefully won't have any more stuttering or lag when I do Amazon Prime and Netflix and all that. And streaming should be great. Haha, you attacked first. No way! Way? That's funny stuff. Yeah, Valley Geist, exactly. Valley Ghost. It's all good. Thanks, dude. Huh. It's funny how the bosses in the game are how they're brutal when they're attacking you. Quillshroom Marsh. But they're pretty chill once you beat them, and it's like, yeah, you're okay. Sort of like in the Karate Kid, you know, you're all right, LaRusso. That kind of a thing, except you know, in video game form. Okay, so that's where I'm gonna pause this and take a short break. I gotta take my dogs out and use the restroom and grab something to drink and you know, maybe a quick snack. So I'm probably going to cut the stream off here for a few minutes so that I can redo it and try to jump back on Twitch. I'll put out another announcement on Twitter when I'm ready to jump back on, and we'll go through and play some more of The Messenger on Nintendo Switch. So thanks everybody for watching so far, and like I said, I'll be jumping the stream back up here fairly soon. So be watching for another announcement. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you coming out and chatting.